Chapter 9 The King of Serpents glorifies Srila Haridas Thakur. One day, a snake charmer visited a rich man's house. Immediately upon being bitten by the fangless snake, he chanted mantras. Under the influence of those mantras, he became possessed by the presiding deity of the serpents, Nagraj Vasuki. Due to the powerful effect of the mantras and his associates, singing and playing of mridanga and cymbals, all present became mesmerized. By the will of Providence, Srila Haridas Thakur arrived at the scene. He stood to the side and watched the spectacle. Nagraj Vasuki himself, that is, the devotee of Shri Vishnu, Ananta Shesh, was situated in the snake charmer's body by the power of the mantras. Before everyone's eyes, Vasuki began to dance freely through the snake charmer in the manner of Shri Krishna, the master of all arts, when he climbed atop the serpent Kaliya in Kaliya Daha and performed the Tandav Nitya, a frenzied and vigorous dance. The snake charmer also sang a song describing how Shri Krishna bestowed mercy upon the evil serpent Kaliya on the pretext of punishing him. Hearing the song about Shri Krishna's mercy from the mouth of the snake charmer, Srila Haridas Thakur became entranced. He attained a state of internal absorption and fell unconscious, showing no signs of life, not even breathing. When he returned to consciousness after some time, he roared loudly and began to dance in ecstasy. Seeing Mahabhagavad Vaishnav Thakur, Shri Haridas dancing absorbed in Krishna Prem, the snake charmer respectfully stood some distance away and faithfully watched. As Srila Haridas Thakur became completely absorbed in love for Shri Krishna, his body showed transcendental symptoms such as trembling, horripilation, and the shedding of tears. While hearing and remembering the incomparable compassion that Shri Krishna bestowed on Kaliya, who was the cruelest of those in the wicked snake dynasty, Srila Haridas Thakur began to roll on the ground and loudly wail. As they watched the dancing of Sri Haridas Thakur, who was absorbed in prema, the snake charmer and his associates sang that song again and again. For some time, Srila Haridas Thakur remained completely absorbed, lying inert. Eventually, the snake charmer again resumed his dancing. The people standing there were delighted to watch Srila Haridas Thakur's dance and ecstatic moods. Everyone collected dust from wherever Srila Haridas Thakur's feet had touched the ground and faithfully smeared it on their bodies. Seeing everyone smearing Srila Haridas Thakur's foot dust on their bodies, a wicked-minded pseudo-Brahmin who considered the unworldly moods, actions, and mannerisms of Vaishnav Thakur to be ordinary, wanted to mimic them. That fallen Brahmin thought to himself, because of their blind faith, when common foolish people witness a person's ordinary dancing and singing, they revere him. These people are offering Haridas excessive respect and prestige upon seeing his commonplace display of a few emotions. He is not even a Hindu by birth. I am a high-born Hindu Brahmin, so I cannot estimate how much fame, adoration, and prestige I would receive if I dance about like an actor, deceitfully imitating the mannerisms and the 8 transcendental ecstatic transformations exhibited by the Vaishnav Thakur. Thinking in this way, the atheistic, sanctimonious Prakrit Sahajya suddenly began to tremble and then fell to the ground, feigning unconsciousness. Understanding the impostor's duplicity, the snake charmer angrily beat him with a cane. He mercilessly and unremittingly lashed the atheist's head, arms, legs, and so on. For some time the impostor tolerated the beating, the snake charmer being in no mood to stop. When the impostor could no longer endure the thrashing, he jumped up and fled, screaming, "O father, O mother, I am being killed." The carefree snake charmer then resumed his joyful dancing. The spectators, however, were left utterly astonished. With folded hands they asked him, "O snake charmer," when Haridas fainted in ecstatic rapture after his dance, you stood to the side with folded hands. When this Brahmin was in the very same state, why did you beat him so ruthlessly? Hearing the people's question, Anantashesh, who was situated in the snake charmer's body, began to speak through him. The answer to your question is extremely confidential. Although it should not be disclosed, I will tell you. When you saw Sri Haridas Thakur dancing in ecstasy, you reverentially smeared the dust of his feet on your body. Upon seeing this, the deceitful Brahman made a drama of falling unconscious, hoping to gain prestige. Srila Haridas Thakur is free from duplicity and by nature is a loving, pure devotee of the Lord. But this degraded Brahmin is an abominable Prakrit Sahajya. It was only with a desire to rival a pure and sincere devotee that he mimicked Srila Haridas Thakur. His only motivation was to acquire cheap worldly fame from ignorant people. He mimicked this Mahabhagavad Vaishnav Thakur for these reasons and also out of hatred and envy. Therefore, I have appropriately punished him. Pure Vaishnavas dance to delight Shri Krishna's senses. Shri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada writes in his Anubhashya of Shri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Adi Khand 16.228 to 231. Like this degraded Brahmin, other deceitful, atheistic people cheat the public by displaying an artificial reflection of a semblance of spiritual emotion in order to be seen as a great devotee. Those who imitate the transcendental activities of a Mahabhagavad Vaishnav while desiring the worldly prestige of being a bhakta lack any tendency to serve the lotus feet of Bhagwan. They dress themselves as devotees of Krishna and cheat people only to gratify their own mundane senses. Krishna Bhakti, which is free from deceit, does not exist wherever the symptoms of such sanctimonious hypocrites, Bhakdharmi, and those who make an external display of religiousness, Dharmadhwajis, are found. Pride, cheating, and all extraneous motives unrelated to the service of Krishna are found wherever such faults are present. Watching the dancing of the Lord's pure devotees, which is saturated with Krishna Prem, unbinds one from this material realm. On the other hand, watching the feigned activities and mannerisms of Prakrit Sahajas greatly increases the miseries of material bondage. Pure Vaishnavas dance to delight Shri Krishna's senses. A non-duplicitous mood of a Vaishnava is bound to arise in one who witnesses such dancing. In contrast, the detestable endeavor of impostors produce only inauspicious results. When Srila Haridas Thakur exhibits transcendental dancing pastimes, Nartya Leela, Shri Krishna and his associates come under the control of his non-duplicitous love and dance with him. Darshan of that transcendental dancing frees the most fortunate living entities of this world from the sins accumulated over many lifetimes. They become purified, having acquired Bhakti Unmukh Sukriti, spiritual merit that leads to Bhakti. Such dancing even purifies the entire universe. The purpose of his low birth. Vasuki continued, he is truly a servant of Shri Hari, and thus his name is Srila Haridas. Shri Krishna Chandra eternally reside in his heart. Srila Haridas Thakur is endowed with tender affection for all living entities, be they moving or non-moving, and he acts for their welfare. Whenever Bhagwan descends to this material world, Srila Haridas Thakur descends with him. For this very reason, he is an eternal associate of the Lord. As such, Srila Haridas Thakur has never committed any offense towards Shri Vishnu or the Vaishnavas. Unlike the ordinary man of this world, he never deviates from his service to Shri Krishna even in his dream. तिल अर्थ उहान संग जे जीवरे है, से अवश्य पाए कृष्ण पाद पद्माश्रय। ब्रह्मा शिवो हरिदास हेनो भक्त संग, निर्वधि करिते चित्तेर बड़ा रंग। जाति कुल सब निरर्थक बुझाइते, जन्मिलन नीच कुल प्रभुर आज्ञाते। अधम कुलेते यदि विष्णु भक्ति है, तथापि से पूज्य सर्व शास्त्र कहे। उत्तम कुलते जन्मी श्री कृष्ण नाम भजे, कुले तार की करिबे नरकेते मजे। এই सब वेद वाक्येर साक्षी देखाइते, जन्म लीन हरिदास अधम कुलेते। प्रहलाद जे हेन दैत कपि हनुमान, ei मत हरिदास नीच जाति नाम। हरिदास स्पर्श वांछा करे देवगण, गंगा ओ वांछेन हरिदासेर मज्जन। स्पर्शे की दाय देखिले हरिदास, छिंदे सर्व जीवेर अनादि कर्म पाश। हरिदास आश्रय करिबे जय जन, ताने देखिले ओ कांदे संसार बंधन। श्री चैतन्य भागवत आदि खंड 16.235 to 244. If by the fruit of great fortune, amassed over many lifetimes, a soul attains Srila Haridas Thakur's association, even for less than a fraction of a moment, he is sure to attain the shelter of Bhagwan's lotus feet. Even the demigods headed by Brahma and Shiva yearns to be blessed by the association of Mahabhagavad devotees like Srila Haridas Thakur. Due to the results of pious or impious activities, conditioned souls take birth in higher or lower species of life. Their birth class simply indicates the fruits of their karma. From a spiritual point of view, the prestige of caste or ancestry has no value. To exemplify this fundamental truth, Srila Haridas Thakur appeared in a Yavan family by the will of all auspicious Lord. If one who has taken birth in a low-class family performs bhajan of Lord Vishnu, he is worthy of worship. Indeed, all the Vaishnava scripture says this. If one has taken birth in a high-class family as a result of his pious karmas, but fails to worship Shri Krishna, he is sure to fall down to hell. His high birth cannot save him. To demonstrate the truth of these Vedic statements, Srila Haridas Thakur took birth in a low-class family. By the desire of the Lord, Srila Haridas appeared in a lowly Yavan family. Similarly, Shri Prahlad took birth in a family of demons hostile toward Vishnu, and Shri Hanuman took birth in the animal species. Generally, men desire to become purified by touching the demigods or taking bath in the Ganga. But the demigods headed by Brahma and even the supremely pure Bhagavati Ganga, who emanates from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, desire to be blessed by the touch of Mahabhagavat Paramhansa Vaishnavacharya Srila Haridas Thakur, who is the representative of all the demigods. To say nothing of touching Srila Haridas Thakur, a living entity's bondage, born of ignorance since time immemorial, is cut to pieces simply by seeing him. Just by seeing those devotees who have taken shelter of Namacharya Sri Haridas as their spiritual master, a conditioned soul is released from material bondage. You are all most fortunate, for your inquiries allowed me to extol some of the glories of a devotee of the Supreme Lord. If I were to sing the glories of the transcendental qualities of Srila Haridas Thakur with hundreds of mouths for hundreds of years, I still would not find their end. I assure you that a person who even once utters the name of the Venerable Vaishnava Sri Haridas Thakur attains the abode of Sri Krishna. Having spoken thus, the king of snakes, speaking through the snake charmer, fell silent. Having heard the glories of Sri Haridas Thakur, everyone became extremely pleased.